Each film is an original, we hope. We think it's not a series where you plug in the familiar formula and just keep going. You know, this is each time is a new idea. In the first one, we brought Superman to Earth. We proved that a man could fly. The second one, we introduced the idea of what happens if he meets up with equal adversaries from outer space, and what happens if he falls in love. And this time, it's the shift of style is more towards comedy and more towards real people on this planet. What happens if Superman gets involved with their lives? And there's another additional element to Superman's characterization that at the moment we're being very cagey about and not discussing, but something very surprising happens to Superman, which will give a new dimension to the third film. It follows parallels. There's like any good epic, there's an A story and a B story, and things going on in parallel time. So I guess you'd say Richard Pryor has a story which has to do with a man out of work, as many people are today, literally finding a matchbook on the street which says earn big money, become a computer programmer, follows that up, and he ends up having great talent as computers. He ends up working for the bad guys who are using a sort of a computer technology to take over the world and to do away with Superman. So Richard Pryor quite unintentionally gets drawn in on the side of the villains. And later, will he straighten himself out or not? Does he realize what he's doing is one of the key suspense points of the movie. On my side, we meet Clark Kent on the day when he's going to go back to Smallville, back to his hometown in Kansas, where he hasn't been since his mother died, for his 15th high school reunion. And there he meets Lana Lang, who you may remember from Superman 1. It's a pretty little red-haired girl during the football scene. And she's now grown up, and she's living alone, having been divorced. She has a child of 7, and they develop a friendship. And at a certain point, halfway through the story, the paths cross. The Robert Vaughn and Pamela Stevenson and Annie Ross, the bad guys, sort of connect with Superman at that point in small-town America, and that's just about all you can say without revealing too much.
Superman 3 is a film filled with action, adventure, and extraordinary special effects. When a fire is going to rage out of control, it's a job for Superman.
One just out of 3. Yeah. And then you don't even... What was that? That must
at his golf.
Right, yeah, right.
And nothing more.
Yeah.
But for star Christopher Reeve, director Richard Lester, and his highly talented film unit, it's a complicated and highly dangerous job.
Flames up!
You see, the problem is that a normal person going through a plane of it would just try to do that or change his pace, whereas the invincibility of it makes it look false.
Yeah, that's right.
Director Lester and Christopher Reeve take plenty of time to make sure his every movement through the blistering flames will be absolutely correct. One mistake could be serious.
This one.
Position, please. Relax, thank you.
With 2 cameras in position for the filming to provide different angles of the fire scene, everyone gets ready for the action.
Yeah, that's it.
One fact that makes the Superman unit such a good one is a sense of humor of director Richard Lester in even the tensest moments.
Right, here we go. Stand by.
Ready? Okay.
Turn over and bring up the flames. Action! Got it. Kill the flames. Kill the flames.
There wasn't a flame
See the one that Chris goes behind when he dies. One more, Chris, right away. It's the middle one. Yeah, that one. Keep that down as well, and bring them up as he comes towards us.
Going straight away, please. Going straight away.
Sorry. He's wiping out his line when he lands. Okay. Jeff. Another touch, because I'm losing a bit now in this moment. Go on 8.
Okay, ready? Yeah. Okay, then. Right, here we go. Turn on the cameras, bring up the flames. And action! Got it? Kill the flame.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, thank you. Check the gates.
Checking the gate.
I think
Checking the gate.
the last 4, I think.
I played the heat for this time.
Yes, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, just for variety.
I tell you something, I'm not personally so much interested in the action sequences. I do those as a matter of course. I do them professionally, but I'm not particularly attracted to the heroics of the part. You know, the Superman, Man of Steel, all that kind of stuff seems to me is not the most interesting part about him. I'm more interested in who is he, you know, about a gentleman, a man with a sense of humor, a man who knows how to treat people, a leader, somebody as a model of a decent human being who happens to have all these extra powers. But I don't particularly thrill to knocking people's heads together, nor to violence, nor to any kind of showing off. And these personal concerns of mine I try to put into the character, you know, that he only really steps in when all else fails. You know, he doesn't go around sort of showing off. And people often ask, will we keep going with these films? And I think it might be a good idea to quit while we're ahead, you know, to make these 3 little gems and then walk away from it. If someone had a great idea for the 4th one, I'd be happy to play it, but it must be a good film idea, not just a good money-making idea.